Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and welcome to the Oscar Basin Power Plant. This is Even the Ocean, and this is a very clever level, if I can stay on the set pad long enough to activate the thing. Charge up the things with thing and they thing, and this is one of those levels where it's just easier for you to see the gimmick in action rather than have me explain it, because when I explain it you'll understand it even less. But we have those sort of piggy, mole, rat things up there that you charge them up with energy and then they go, and it's like twee. Also, we have these, a staple of any Zelda game, except this is platforming, so it's like not Zelda, but you get the gimmick. You press the button, the things change between the two colors, and they're also, well, in this case, kind of salmon and cream, but you know, blue and red. I'll just put down purple. You know, green and purple, blue and purple. There are so many colours of things, and this is a puzzle, except it's not, because yes. As you can tell, the blocks get in the way of the rat mole things as well. Just all the things put together. You have those diamond switches, you have the rodents that go. It's a clever dungeon that clevels. It's a clever level. It's a clevel. And it's got nicely eerie music as well. Do we have fucking ice physics? Oh, we do as well. Oh, I mean, they're not badly implemented. I'm going to say this here and now, these are good ice physics. And this is me just experiencing them now, having not known they existed to begin with. Well, I knew they existed on a conceptual level, I just didn't know they were going to be in this level. This level. Now, part of me feels like, I thought maybe they'd connect that sap pad up there to like a door, so you'd have to race against. Now, I'm not sure how they'd program that actually, but ooh, with bullet thing, clever chewed with the levels we get. The thing along the bottom was pressing the switches to get the bullets across the top and into the goal to open the door, and we needed more than one, so it's a good thing that it kept going. Clever level design! I'm sorry, I know I'm not saying anything of value here, but surely you can join with me in my basking of clever design. And speaking of, we saw a laser like this in the previous dungeon, I think, but ever so briefly. They follow you as far as they can, and of course they can't go through these blocks, but oh, they can when we turn the blocks off. So, go over here, make that do its thing, sort of trap the laser inside the block. It's useful to know that we can do that. I wasn't specifically aiming to do that, but hey, it's all information gathering in my clever shield umbrella, and it works. As you can probably imagine, these lasers do a considerable hurt very quickly. That was a semi-deliberate demonstration on my part there. I'm just gonna regen if it's all the same to you, because wasn't banking on being quite that purpled. Right. We are shielded, we are umbrellaed, you're doing that. We're gonna charge the monkey, except by monkey I mean, like, rodent thingy. We can't go up through this platform, it's just a grating. I'm sure this... Oh! I was gonna say, I could have sworn this exhaust vent was blasting out light energy before, and it's alternating. Why this? I mean, I'm not complaining, it's aesthetically pleasing and it's probably useful, but since when? Since when do exhausts alternate what they exhaust from? Clearly the only thing exhausted here is my capacity to commentate, and also, in case it wasn't obvious, those switches, they don't take energy to transforbulate. Like, you can press those switches and it doesn't cost you any energy to do so. I had a moment there, in case you couldn't tell, because I was trying to think of a good way to describe what I was doing, because there's kind of a racy element there. Well, not racy, but like, we're racing the rodent, but also sort of not, so that we could get from A to B, and now there's wind and ice. This level has so many gimmicks, and I don't even know where to begin. Well, I mean, we began about 5 minutes ago, but you know what I mean, it's... Yeah. There are so many gimmicks in this level, and it's glorious. Clearly there's something to be gained from pressing this button and keeping it pressed. Will this thing... What will this wind... Oh, right, we it follows you from above as well. I was going to say, could we get the laser node to come up here? But in hindsight, what benefit would that actually do us? How many martinis would it serve us for breakfast? What even is a martini anyway? Like, I know it's some sort of alcoholic thingamywhatsit, but I mean, what's in it? Or is it its own thing? Going silent, waiting for an out loud response. I had a moment like that earlier today, though, where I was having to do, like, funnest topic of conversation in the world incoming. I was having to do a risk assessment for a music video that I'm having to shoot as part of my university studies. And, like, I'm doing the risk assessment because no one else wants to, and it's something that I know I can do, so I'm definitely of use to the team. And one of the things, like, the start of the, like, the starting point, yes, of the risk assessment process is... Oh, shit. Didn't... Remember that time you forgot to think, Tess? I would commentate what I'm doing here, but I think it's fairly obvious. But maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me, but I hate mixtapes. Right, so the starting point of the risk assessment is there's, I think, about 43 different, like, things. Like, there's a checklist at the beginning. And it's like... Item 1, pyrotechnics. Well, it's not. Item 1 isn't pyrotechnics are on there, but it's not item number 1. But, like, that sort of thing. Things that could cause risk. And one of the items is freelancers. And I'm just like, what's the risk associated with freelancers? Like, yeah, there is a high risk of us hiring freelancers to act. I don't see what the risk is. And so, I asked the guy that I was, like, I had the guy who's going to be the production manager of the music video sitting there with me. And again, he's doing that because no one else particularly wants to, or something, I don't know. I keep jumping too high to hit that second node, and I'm too engrossed in my story. Anyway, I asked him, well, you know, what's the risk here? And his default response, and this isn't me ragging on managerial types, because he's not the managerial type, he's just a bit... Anyway, his default response was to assume that I didn't know what a freelancer was. Like, dude bro, that is absolutely not what I asked, and I'm just going to go and rebalance because otherwise I might die. Or miss the platform completely and waste even more time. Anyway, it turns out the right answer, well, to whatever extent a risk assessment can have a right answer, was that, we might accidentally hire a freelancer who isn't qualified or, like, lied on their CV or something, like... Okay, that was obvious as a risk. You would have thought that the people in charge of casting wouldn't be that easily bamboozled, not to make references to things, but... I need to hold up my shield. Oh, we need to do a switch because we hit a button. Thank you. No, thank me. Ah! Okay, we've got more clever level design going on. Because I'm having to hold the shield in, like, having to use the hold shield button. Okay, so that's devious. Having a blue light energy laser and light pods there, so if the laser kills you mostly but not completely, then the pods will get you if you're not expecting them. This level has so many things, and it's so clever. I was going to say, is this even the correct shoot, or am I going to have to go down one of the previous ones? Oh, I could. I think. Those are go-throughable platforms? Are they? What is my life? They are not. They're just there for aesthetic. Twee! Because that's the noise aesthetic makes, obviously. Now, it may not sound like it from my incessant ramblings, but I do fuck. That's also true. Or is it? Maybe don't take that one out of context. I'm trying to be funny, goddammit. I do really like this dungeon, and I'm experiencing it for the first time here and now. So these are my genuine blind experiences, and I do genuinely blindly like it. Was that enough to open the door? Please tell me it was. Yay. I'm imbalanced again. I've spent almost the entire dungeon being imbalanced, and this bothers me. Speaking of things... Oh, good. Oh, good. But speaking of things that bother me... I wouldn't bring this up here and now, but it happened in Cursed Mountain as well. And that's not... like... Words, Tess, use them. Like, I use different recording software for this from what I use for Cursed Mountain. Like, because I use the Elgato, like, native record from the Elgato software. And this, I use a screen capture thing instead, because it's on my computer monitor rather than on the TV. And every now and then, in this series, it'll randomly freeze. Like, you'll still hear the audio, you'll still hear my commentary, but oh, fuck. But the game visuals will just freeze on the spot, and it'll just hang on a single frame for several seconds. You may have noticed this so far in the series. I don't know what's causing that, because I've never had that problem before. And it happened in Cursed Mountain yesterday as well, so maybe it's my computer, but I don't see why that would be, because my computer is, like, sort of shit-hot. Like, it's a custom-built one that's supposed to be really good, because we custom-built it to be really good, so I don't see why that would be the problem, but then there's nothing else that could be the problem, apart from the capture stuff. But it can't be the capture stuff, because that is 100% my reasoning. Because burp. Now, what would be the oh, there's a platform. I was thinking, oh, am I going to have to do some weird, like, wall-jumpy parkour between platforms that, well, walls that aren't really there? But nope, it's just catch a ride on the weird upside-down woodlouse that has a placenta for a stomach or something. Because clearly, I am a professional placenta inspector. I would say gynecologist, but somehow I don't think that's placentas. That's something related to the placenta. Unless it is, and I further exposed my lack of knowledge of that kind of science. Would it be immature to say, can we stop calling it gynecology and start calling it lady science? But that, like, I feel like someone on Tumblr would take that so far out of context and take so much offense to it, so maybe let's not go down that route. Also, the background, the sort of semi-speaking of, the background kind of looks like an X-ray of a ribcage. Or at the very least of some sort of innard tissue. Bless you. And then that'll recharge by the time we get to here. Jump over this. No, don't jump over it. I got way too far ahead of myself there. I thought maybe I could avoid the parkour by clevering, but I out-clevered myself. I second-guessed myself. I do this far too much. Merry cheese. I was going to say some sort of funny thing about Merry Christmas, but, like, it's January. We just had Christmas. We're all sick of the word. Or something. I don't know. So, we should be fairly close to the crystal lenses by now, I think. And then there's going to be, like, a shit fuck of story, because this is like, chapter 2-3 of 3. Don't up. I want to this. Oh. Well, first of all, I'm going to overload on light energy, because, nearly overdid it. So this door charges up when I step on the pad, and closes back down when the laser touches it. Which would say to me I need to find some way of getting the laser caught, or I could just quickly to the door. Which, there's probably a much better way of doing this, and I'm not sure what that would be. Oh, duh! Wall jumping is slower than just running. You tried, laserfuck. You tried. And same thing again, rather than wall jump up the wall that's like straight underneath the laser node, jump across to it, because that's quicker. That's clever, and I'm still holding the shield up. Maybe I should find something better to do with my left hand. Excuse me? Oh, and now they're getting slightly tricky by hiding... Just by hiding, really. By hiding the boop numbules, the crystal switches in with pods. Oh, sneaky. Sneaky snake. Oh. Something is... Oh, that was the, that was the this in the previous room that was affecting that just then. Oh, I get it. I am so purple right now. Which, I think there was like a Your Grammar Sucks tweet or something that, some guy was saying, I am almost purple, I'm so black. Like, I'm not entirely sure what is mean. Like, where is the logic? I don't know. It was mentioned on Your Grammar Sucks, so of course it isn't going to be the most coherent of things. And why is it? Like, we're charged up on purple, so we should be very hopped up on horizontal energy. And yet, we don't really seem that much faster than when we're not. So, no thank you. Not today. This is not a day where I die of purple, of anything, actually, because I may be speaking too soon, but I've not died in this series so far. So, that's good. Is the laser from above going to suddenly swoosh down? Or is it caught on something? Can you be helped? You can be helped, and I can help you. Ah, that's not good. Okay, now we can go. Ah, terrible time for the corner of my nose that's like near my eye to start itching. That's not a good. And now you're caught on Foobles. Be less caught so that you can... I don't know, I was going to make some sort of joke about the Ace Attorney series, and I've got nothing. Oh, and then I press that to keep you stuck in position. Clever! This fucking dungeon. It keeps pushing all of my buttons in all of the correct ways, and so I'm probably really not interesting to listen to. But I'm having so much fun with this! It's sort of like the problem I was having with Spyro the Dragon. Also, I bet this is where Paxton would be dead if we'd come here first. Just a random thought out of nowhere. I didn't see anywhere like that in the Magdal Woods Power Plant, but I don't know. Like, because the levels can be done in any order, they would have had to have made provisions for Paxton to die in any of them. I'm assuming his death isn't exclusive to Riverton. He couldn't have lived longer if we'd just... Oh. There's a thought. What if we had told him we were going to Riverton, and then not gone to Riverton until last? Then he'd be there and dead, and no one would know he's there. And I'd like to think there's like either an achievement for that, or some sort of especially bad ending, or I don't even know. But that would just wouldn't really be funny, would it? It'd be actually kind of morbid and grim and sick. But because making random noises in lieu of commentating is completely a valid approach. I don't know what you're talking about. Vertical, vertical. Oh, no. Oh, because the lens goes outside of our shield for a while, and I'm guessing that would make it be got on the laser. So as long as the lens is, like, us height or lower, it'll be safe. But in that crucial couple of seconds where it's above our shield, it'll be in danger. See, this level keeps finding new ways to twist the game mechanics with these new things, and I love it so much. Can you tell why I love this game? It's so clever. There's so much clever going on that I literally cannot even right now. Someone get me like a Starbucks inhaler or something. Oof. Oof? I should moor down first then. Just that's what that map is telling me. Yeah, speedrunning hacks. There are a lot of lenses in this one, just throwing that one out there. Are we going to have to... I feel like we're going to need to put... Like, we're going to need to turn that wall on for some reason. Because... Like, we could have it off and have an easy time parkouring over this, but I feel as though there'd be some No. It wants us to have the laser caught on the top. Okay, I had a moment there. I thought maybe there's... Like, they wouldn't want us to have too easy of a time here. Because parkouring up that wall would take longer than just... jumping over that 2x2 block of blocks over there. You know what I mean? Like, surely you can tell what I'm trying to say. And what happens now? I guess if we touch any of these switches, it's sort of a little bit game over, because the laser's gonna come and get us. So just don't touch the switches, problem solved. Still, clever puzzle. Love it so many. Boop. You can't touch this. I have a shield, don't you know? It's made of the fragments of the suit that, for some reason, only kept me alive and has failed all of our comrades so far, apart from Lopez, who isn't dead. She just sort of ran away. Do I have anyone else? Are there any other technicians apart from Lopez and us that didn't die? So I'm losing track. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. We have a multi-story car park here, by which I mean a multi-phase puzzle. Did not mean to hit that one twice. So we need to get to the top. We need to bop, bop, bop to the top, slip and slide and ride that rhythm. Activate the juice goose, which sounds like a YouTuber name. Then grab the lens from down here, once that's activated that, and take that to its destination. There are times where my commentary is much more lucid and much less about the game, and I feel like those are my best sessions, so if I am boring you, fuck. Now, you might think that it was completely pointless me cutting out the trip back there, but as you may notice if you're especially observant, I went and rebalanced my boodles, because I like to be a kebab sometimes. Yeah, sometimes I just dress myself up in, like, tortillas and pita bread, and paint myself in doner meat sauce, and pretend to be a kebab? Where is this going? Sometimes I like to dye my hair green and sit in the corner and pretend I'm a broccoli. I don't know. I did say, sometimes I commented, did not mean to jump there. Sometimes, twice I meant to hold down the laser noodle, and it, not good. I'm having to think in too many directions at once. It's no one's fault but my own. So, just parkour then? That wasn't as complicated as my brain was meant.
Hello darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Making it think to be. There was a devious last moment there. Props to this puzzle, it nearly bamboozled me. Just need to do that again, but be a little bit more careful when I get to the end of the room, because of course the laser gets caught on a thing and then that'll zap my lens, and obviously we need the lens to be alive because that's the whole point of delivering it in the first place. No, don't touch my lens! You can touch my boobies, but you can't touch my lens. Oh yes, we're gonna have some fun tonight. Now is that all of them, or is there one more that's to the left of the control room? I want to say the latter is the case. Heal me please, thank you. Oh wow. Despite everything, almost perfect balance. Like, we're off by like 1 pixel. Or, well, at this resolution anyway. But for the most part, we are balanced, and I'm okay with this, and nearly missed the jump to escape the shaft. Nearly got shafted. Now, I had a dream once that I was playing the multiplayer version of Sonic and the Black Knight. This is a really random story to end on, but I'm going to go with it anyway. And there isn't another room. Huh. Well, I'm going to finish this story first, and I'm going to save. There was a character in it that doesn't exist in the actual game. And I don't know. He was blue, and his victory quote was "Guide me through this room." So, I've been able to continue to be tessellating hexagons, and I'll try to be a bit less weird in the next episode, or at the very least, I'll try to be good weird, rather than just ramble weird. No promises, though. See you then.